come in and don't forget to take your shoes off. We don't want any mud on the carpets. Luigi's just finished the hoovering. In this month's Unleashed, we have news that is more energy-inducing than a packet of sugary sweets. We go for a jog with Sega as they announce the return of Sonic, help you to digest the mountainous feast of titles that Nintendo announced in the first Nintendo Direct of the year, and we shower you with goodies in our competition. Before that though, we've got a brand new Lego set to play with. Crumbling down from the big screen and being rebuilt on Wii U is the Lego Movie Videogame. The plot follows in the same squared footsteps of the film, allowing players to recreate all of their favourite bombastic brick-busting moments. It sees Chip and new boy Emmett on a mission to save the Lego world from complete destruction. We don't necessarily see a problem with this though, as cackling like a maniacal Godzilla and destroying our own Lego cities was always our favourite bits. After being mistakenly identified as the saviour of Lego kind, Emmett has no difficulty in summoning the enthusiasm and go-get-em attitude that are required to save the day. For the first time ever in a Lego game, every single part of the scenery is made of individual Lego bricks, echoing the stop-motion animation of the film. Even more excitingly, building items on screen is no longer a case of just holding down a button and letting Emmett take over the construction like an over-enthusiastic dad. Emmett must locate instruction sheets to build items which have to be followed by placing the correct blocks in the right order. For those of you who like to think a little more outside of the toy box, or if you just can't be bothered with instructions, don't worry, there are master builder characters who are able to act more creatively. The Lego Movie Videogame has burst out of its packaging and is available now. Just make sure you put all of the pieces back when you finish playing. Grab hold of your trousers and make sure your shoelaces are strapped tight, because we're about to take you on a supersonic sprint through this month's rundown. Sega delighted us all earlier this month with the announcement of a brand new title, Sonic Boom, for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. The Wii U title will feature a two-player co-op mode so you and a friend can chase after each other like a pair of lunatics who have just missed the bus. The game not only sees the return of Sonic, but Tails, Knuckles and Amy will also feature as playable characters and will all join the fray to work together when it's time to take on those pesky end-of-level bosses. Nintendo spoiled us this month with the first Nintendo Direct of the year, providing a tidal wave of exciting news. In case you passed out with excitement, here are the best bits. First up, Little Mac is exiting the boxing ring to take on a fresh challenge in the Smash Arena. He's been confirmed as a playable character in the upcoming Super Smash Bros. Title, along with a brand new knockout meter and those lovely green gloves. A new single-player mode has been announced for Mario Golf World Tour. Castle Club will not only let you play as your Mii, but will also allow you to kit them out in sporty gear. Clothes and items will affect your Mii's abilities, so make sure your Mii's outfit doesn't just suit their figure, but your playstyle as well. Kirby was paraded down the catwalk for us to see his fetching new Beetle hat. On top of this, his new abilities and collectibles got us even more excited for the release of Kirby Triple Deluxe on May 16th. Next up, Game Boy Advance titles on Virtual Console were confirmed for spring. Metroid Fusion, Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga and Yoshi's Island Super Mario Advance 3 were all announced as being available, with more coming in the future. Do you love Monster Hunter? Of course you do, we're not even sure why we asked. But do you speak Japanese? Chances are probably not. But we've got good news. Capcom has confirmed that they are grooming Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate so that you can add it to your stable of Nintendo 3DS titles early next year. Our eyes melted with the sheer amount of magical explosions exuding from the screen in the brand new trailer for Bayonetta 2, and we can't wait for its release later this year. And finally, Akihiro Hino gave us a walkthrough on what to expect from upcoming blockbuster Professor Layton vs Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Find out for yourselves how the two get on when the game launches on March the 28th, and make sure you check Nintendo Unleashed on your Nintendo 3DS next month, as we'll be taking an in-depth look at this awesome new game. There's nothing quite like the smell of burning rubber after a perfect power slide, or the distant wails that signify a well-placed banana skin, and we're so excited about the prospect of throwing coloured shells at each other that we asked you what you're most hoping for in the upcoming Mario Kart 8, which will be released on the 30th of May. First up, Mandel Creed on Twitter has a long list of what he'd like to see. Return of the Speedo, CPU finish times in Grand Prix, no rubber banding, and a rainbow road on a par with Sevens. Well, that all sounds very exciting, sir. Lewis Tremaine is hoping for something else though. He wants a really solid online system. Moving away for university has meant I haven't played with my brother in ages. Can't wait. Oh, we're sorry you're missing the split-screen mayhem with your brother Lewis, but remember, distance makes the heart grow fonder. Phoenix had this to say: proper balance between the karts and bikes, and even more interactivity in the racetracks. Mario Kart has always had action-packed tracks with shortcuts that require specific items. Finally, Matt Downton says simply via Twitter, unicycles. We don't think there's unicycles in the game, Matt, but we do like the suggestion. Thanks very much to everyone for sending in their Mario Kart expectations. We're now even more desperate to dive behind the driving seat come Mario Kart time. Don't forget, we also want to know about any Street Pass events that you may be holding, so please let us know by emailing us at onm@futurenet.com. We love to crash a good party, and you may find yourself in a future episode of Nintendo Unleashed. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels is the harder-than-a-frozen block of concrete version of Super Mario Bros. Power-ups now have the ability to kill the player, the number of enemies has increased, and sometimes you're even forced to damage yourself and shrink down just to squeeze through tight spaces. If old-school Mario has always left you wanting more of a challenge, or if you just enjoy shouting at your TV as if it's just kicked you in the shin, then this is definitely a title for you. Unepic is an RPG-style platformer with a tongue so firmly in its cheek it probably hasn't tasted anything in years. The game starts with lead character Daniel getting lost on the way back from the toilet during a role-playing game session. Before long, he finds himself in a fantastical world where everything is either trying to kill him or acting as a punchline to a joke about pop culture. The 2D graphics and 8-bit enemy sprites all help to add a retro charm to this enjoyable title, while the Wii U's gamepad is utilised to help players organise their inventories, because nobody likes an adventurer with a disorganised rucksack. Both Luigi and Mario are putting on their white coats this month as they hit Nintendo eShop in their addictive puzzle Doctor titles. Dr. Mario is the re-release of the NES classic, while Dr. Luigi is a brand new title that sees Luigi fighting disease harder than a robot Florence Nightingale. If you missed out on Dr. Mario the first time around, then now is your chance to grab a hold of this old-school puzzle title. If, however, you're a seasoned veteran of the original classic, then maybe the new-age homeopathic approach of Dr. Luigi might be something for you to look into. Thanks to the sharper visuals and brighter colours, Dr. Luigi is a fresh reimagining of the original. That's it for this month's Nintendo Unleashed, but thank you for joining us, and make sure you drop by again next month for more cozy Nintendo excellence. Don't forget to wipe your feet on the way out. Wait, no, I've got that wrong. Bye!